If you're looking for some movies to get your heart pumping this spooky season, but you're tired of the typical worn out horror flicks, then you have come to the right place. I'm Iron Mandrill. In today's video, we will be covering the top 5 thrillers to watch this October for Halloween. These movies are all nail biters from start to finish, and will have you on the edge of your seat, pumped full of adrenaline. These are all films I highly recommend, so I only be giving the lightest of spoilers while explaining the basic premise of the movie. So no need to worry if you haven't seen these films yet. So without further ado, grab your popcorn and let's dive into 5 thrillers to watch this Halloween. At number 5, we have The Fugitive. The Fugitive came out in 1993 and was directed by Andrew Davis, who also directed Under Siege the year prior. The film stars Harrison Ford as vascular surgeon Dr. Richard Kimball and Tommy Lee Jones as Deputy Marshal Samuel Gerard. The film follows Harrison Ford's character around as he tries to clear his name after being wrongfully convicted of the murder of his wife. The film also follows Tommy Lee Jones' character around as he tries to capture the escaped convict. It is an epic game of cat and mouse as Dr. Richard Kimball and Deputy Marshal Samuel Gerard try to outmaneuver each other.
That train sounds like an L.
St. Louis doesn't have an elevated train.
How do you know it's an elevated train?
You know, I think he's right. I lived under an L for 20 years.
No, well, then you can explain the difference in the sound of an elevated train as opposed to a train that's running along the ground. You must have ears like an eagle. Play that back. I want to hear the sound of an elevated train.
Walter, this is Richard.
Richard.
Yeah, right there.
Why did you run? Running only makes
What's he
you look
saying?
guilty.
Sound like next
wasn't worried about
stop.
appearances.
Sound like next stop. Do that again.
Why did you run? Running only makes you look guilty.
Next stop.
Merchandise Mart.
Son of a bitch, our boy came home.
As the movie progresses, Dr. Kimball is running out of time and out of options as the law closes in on him. It is a tight script of excellent performances by both leads. If you want to focus on someone else's problems for a while, this is the film for you. It is a movie that will have you in its grip from the start and won't let go until its climactic final moments. Definitely one you need to add to your watch list. At number 4, we have Seven. Seven came out in 1995 and was directed by David Fincher, who would also go on to direct other thriller movies such as Zodiac, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Fight Club. A movie that I almost put on this list, but there would have been too many Brad Pitt movies, and I wanted to diversify my recommendations. Seven stars Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman as 2 detectives trying to solve a series of connected murders by a mysterious serial killer. The serial killer picks his victims for their sins, specifically the 7 deadly sins, and then kills them in a gruesomely creative way, creating a twisted sense of poetic justice.
What do you got?
Glued to one hand, telephone glued to the other.
Call for help and you'll live, but you'll be disfigured. Or you can put yourself out of your own misery.
Cut off her nose.
Just spite her face.
If you were a fan of the Zodiac Killer-esque Riddler and Matt Reeves' The Batman, then you'll probably also love Seven. Just don't ask what's in the box. At number 3, we have 12 Monkeys. If you like your thrillers to have a little sci-fi sprinkled in, this is the movie for you. 12 Monkeys came out in 1995 and is directed by Terry Gilliam, who also directed Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Load up!
Huh, this guy's got range. 12 Monkeys stars Bruce Willis as time-traveling protagonist James Cole. It stars Brad Pitt as an absolute nutjob named Jeffrey Goins, and Madeline Stowe as Dr. Kathleen Riley. Brad Pitt, and like so many other movies, steals the show once again in this one, as his performance of an utterly insane man is hilarious, sad, and terrifying all at the same time.
Marshalls. We're not productive anymore, at least to make things anymore. It's all automated. What are we for then? We're consumers, Jim. Okay, buy a lot of stuff, you're a good citizen. But if you don't buy a lot of stuff, if you don't, what are you then, I ask you? What? Mentally ill. Back, Jim, back. If you don't buy things, toilet paper, new cars, computerized blenders, electrically operated sexual devices, stereo systems with brain-implanted headphones, screwdrivers, miniature built-in radar devices.
Bruce Willis and Madeline Stowe play wonderfully off each other as the actors have great chemistry, and really make you feel for them as they try to navigate the utterly insane world that 12 Monkeys is set in. This movie is a total mindfuck, so tread lightly if you don't enjoy being disturbed. You won't know what way is up in this movie as you navigate this crazy world through the eyes of the insane Jeffrey Goins and the breaking minds of James Cole and Dr. Kathleen Riley. This movie's balls to the walls insane the best way possible, and the acting from the 3 leads is top notch. For those looking for a time travel movie that really nails the feeling of the mental toll that time traveling would take on the average person, this movie will scratch that itch. Be prepared to be amazed, disgusted, and bewildered all at the same time. At number 2, we have Shutter Island. If you thought 12 Monkeys was a mindfuck, this movie's even trippier. The only movie not from the 90s on this list, and that is a testament to how good this film is, because the 90s dominated the thriller genre. I was going to say they don't make them like they used to, but they do, and they're called Shutter Island. The movie debuted in 2010 and was directed by Martin Scorsese. No introduction needed for him, that name speaks for itself. The film stars Leonardo DiCaprio and his partner Mark Ruffalo as 2 U.S. Marshals investigating the escape of a murderess on Shutter Island, an asylum for the criminally insane. But not everything is quite as it seems. You follow around DiCaprio's character Teddy Daniels around the sane asylum as the madhouse slowly turns him mad as well, as the lines between reality and fabrication begin to blur.
However this happened, I'm gonna find a way to fix this. You understand me?
I'll never get out now. I got out once, not twice, never twice.
Just tell me how they got you here.
They knew! Don't you get it? Everything you were up to, your whole plan. This is a game. All of this.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's one you're definitely going to want to give your full attention to. So put the phone down for this one, and let the film take you on a wild ride. At number 1, we have Silence of the Lambs. Possibly the greatest thriller ever made, Silence of the Lambs is not for the faint of heart. It came out in 1991 and was directed by Jonathan Demme, who would also go on to direct Philadelphia and The Manchurian Candidate. The Silence of the Lambs stars Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, as well as Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling. It also features Ted Levine as Buffalo Bill. Anthony Hopkins is unbelievably good in this movie. His charisma at times will make you forget this man is a cold, calculating serial killer who eats the hearts of his victims. The contrast in the ways the 2 serial killers prefer to go about their killing is fascinating to watch. One is more of a surgeon, the other a butcher.
I hate that you're sloppy!
You will watch helplessly as Jodie Foster's character dances on eggshells around a dangerous serial killer to try and get some insight into the mind of yet another dangerous serial killer. This masterpiece of a film will potentially push you to your film viewing limit as the depravity of mankind is on full display. If you aren't squeamish, I highly recommend you watch this movie, as this film is the benchmark of what a thriller, and honestly a film, could be. It's just one of the best movies ever made, period. If you don't watch it, you'll get the hose again.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
All 5 of these thrillers are films I recommend watching this Halloween. I find thrillers to be the superior genre to horror in most cases, but if you're a big horror fan, more power to you. I also enjoy horror movies, but try branching out into some thrillers this spooky season if you haven't yet. There's tons of amazing thrillers besides the few I just mentioned. I think the genre in general is underrated by many people, especially now since we are so far removed from its heyday in the 90s. So instead of getting jump scared out of your seat this Halloween, try putting on a good thriller and feel the walls close in on you as the pressure slowly cooks up to 11. Or 7. Give these thrillers a try. I'm sure you'll love them. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a monkey with a microphone.